Hey guys, what's up? Toboloco here. Welcome back to the 2014 FIFA World Cup Brazil qualifying runs. And today we have to do this. It is a qualifying run with the nation of Curacao. They have just qualified for their first ever FIFA World Cup in 2026. Again, it's like the Cape Verde scenario. I couldn't ignore it. I had to do it. Loads of people, once they qualified, went onto my channel and said, Toboloco, you have to do it. You have to do a qualifying run with Curacao. And I was like, alright, I concede. I will. I'll definitely do it. Now, I've already done them on 2010, but on 2010, they're called the Netherlands Antilles. The Netherlands Antilles were very good on that run. Obviously, in 2010, they changed, and now they are known as Curacao. I don't really know the whole story behind it. I believe it's because it was like a old Dutch colony. Don't know if it still is or not, but they're fully independent now. So from 2010, basically being known as Curacao, it's taken them, what, like 15 years? Only 15 years. That's about 3, maybe 4 cycles of the World Cup to actually qualify. Brilliant stuff. Absolutely amazing. I love to see teams like this qualify. We've always dreamt on this channel when we do runs, especially me, but don't know about you guys, of smaller teams making it to the World Cup in real life. Talking about Curacao, Cape Verde Islands, Jordan, even Suriname are still in the playoffs. New Caledonia are in the playoffs. Imagine if those nations qualified as well. Would be sick. But let's focus on our run today with Curacao. We are going to do a custom run, and this is our pool of teams that we've got. So currently we've got Antigua, which is a great first starting nation to play in the first round. Of course, we'll have friendly matches to play as well. But as you know, on 2014, I like to randomize it. Now, I've been doing it instead of just doing it like one randomization, I've been holding the button for 3 seconds. So that's what we're going to do. And hopefully we still get a decent nation. To be fair, most of these nations, apart from Trinidad and Tobago, are reasonably the same star rating as us. So I'm going to count down from 3 to 0. And then when I let it go, that's who we get. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, boom. Okay, we got Barbados. We've got Barbados. Not bad. Not bad at all for Curacao. Again, same star rating. And that's quite an interesting matchup. So yeah, here we go. Straight into the campaign with Curacao. Alright then, so we got 2 or 3 friendly matches. The biggest one being against Cuba. So that'll be cool. And then we've got our qualifying matchup. So this will be a nice little video to do. And our first match is going to be against Antigua and Barbados. Let's see if we can beat them. But before we go into that, let's just have a quick look at the squad, because I am recognizing a couple of names from the Curacao team. So the defense, not so much, but I've heard of Yongsma from the 2010 version. And Smeeks as well is a striker in the 2010 version as well. Anyone else on the bench? Potentially, maybe you might see some players that still play today, potentially. Alright then, so friendly matches start now. It's Curacao versus Antigua and Barbuda. Let's see what Curacao can do in this run. I did do a mini run with Curacao on 2014. I want to say it was about 5 years ago now, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. So yeah, very, very cool team to use, especially now that it's relevant. As you can see in the background, they've still got the old flag. They still got the Netherlands Antilles flag as their flag. Of course, the blue flag at the top of the screen there is the official flag now. I really hope that we can have a successful qualifying run with Curacao today. I want to push them at least into the final round of Concacaf qualifying. Of course, Concacaf qualifying and all qualification this time round in 2026 is a lot different. We had, yeah, much different format to what we used to have. And of course, you have to think that if it were on the old format, would Curacao still have qualified, even with the United States, Mexico and Canada removed from that situation? Would they have done it? I mean, you know, it's hard to say because the other groups had different teams in there. But they've done so well. Like their group, like they had Jamaica in there and they still managed to stop Jamaica. Quite a remarkable achievement really for Curacao to outright qualify like that. Again, there were a few people that on some of the articles that said about Curacao qualifying that a lot of people said, oh, the United States, hey, there we go, we scored. Nice, it's Dow. He has scored to make it 1-0 and Curacao are in the lead. But yeah, going back to my original point, a lot of people said that if the United States, Canada and Mexico weren't hosting and they were in those groups, then Curacao probably would have had to have gone through the playoffs or may not have qualified at all. But to that, I say, well, that is the situation. They still had to play those teams. They still had to beat them. And, you know, when you've got that chance, you take it with both hands. So we've taken the lead already while I was explaining myself and all that, rambling on like I usually do. Hopefully this run will be a good run as Antigua scored a goal. It's 1-1. Baez has equalised. And I thought for a second that my player was going to header it away, but no. Remember, this Curacao is very different from today's Curacao. I reckon today's Curacao would definitely be like a 2.5-star team. Here comes Ignacio. And into the box. That was a good chance. And Smeeks rolls it in for 2-1 just before the half. Smeeks, who was very good in my 2010 qualifying run, pops up here and scores for Curacao. It's 2-1. And that's how the half will finish. It's 2-1 at the half. Can we just keep Antigua away from our goal? I don't know how they scored their goal, to be fair. I was right in front of them. But, you know, it happens. And that's a decent ball. And can we get it? Oh, that was close. It almost snuck its way in thanks to the goalkeeper. That would have been a crazy goal to score from that angle. Comes Jongsma for Curacao. 73 minutes played and we still haven't found the third goal yet. We are struggling a little bit. Maybe we are running out of stamina, but it's okay. I just wanted to see what this team can do in this match, and currently they're winning. So that's always a good thing. As we go for the shot, it's saved and unfortunately couldn't get the rebound. It's just cleared away there and off the post, and oh, what a miss. How do you miss that? That is crazy. I think I accidentally, because I was switching player, I accidentally chipped the shot. Oh my goodness. But, I mean, we're on to a win. It's pretty much the 90th minute. And that would be end of the game. We have beaten Antigua by 2-1. Quite a good game here from Curacao. The goals were quite nice. And, yeah, I was quite pleased with the defending as well. I know we conceded a goal, but it couldn't really be helped. I mean, my defender got shrugged off the ball. Alright then, so our second friendly match is against Guyana away from home. A slightly more tougher opponent than our last opponent, Antigua. But, yeah, I mean, they're still around about the same star rating. I'd say they're like 1 star as opposed to half a star. Smeeks on the ball. It's a through ball to Dow. Can he get there? And, okay, what was an attempt? Struggling a little bit here with the possession aspect against Guyana. I did expect it to be a little bit more of a harder game. But, yeah, we're just struggling with the possession aspect. Jongsma. The finesse shot is blocked, but it's given straight back to Smeeks, who hits the post and the goalkeeper assists it. And he punches it in his own net, and Smeeks will claim the goal, but it's technically an own goal. I don't know what kind of goalkeeping that was. Shot hits the post, and the goalkeeper's like, oh crap, I got to save it. And yeah, it just goes in. Unlucky, really, from Guyana, who have really held possession well in this match, but yeah, they haven't done anything with it. That's the thing with these other smaller teams, is that the ones that you're not in control with, they'll hold possession and be frustrating and hard to break down, but rarely will they ever score. I mean, I know Antigua did in the last match, but that was from a cross or a corner situation. So at half-time, we are 1-0 up against Guyana, looking quite good. It was a bit of luck, to be fair. An error from the goalkeeper that led to Smeeks scoring. Dow on the ball. Can he do it? And he does. Again, it comes off the goalkeeper. and it goes in. That's twice that's happened. And Dal has scored another one for Curacao. It's 2-0. Just a little bit too easy to go on through there, and it goes underneath the keeper. Very unlucky for Guyana. And it looks like Curacao are in control yet again of another match like this. Well, it's approaching the 85th minute. Guyana again holding on to the ball and not doing an awful lot with it. But we're in control, so I don't really mind. Yeah, this will be another win for Curacao. And a good win at that. A little bit on the fortunate side because the goalkeeper had assisted both goals. And there we go, that will be it. We have beaten Guyana by 2-0. Curacao, 2 wins on the bounce. Very, very good stuff. That's what I like to see in qualification. And nothing like too outrageous so far. You know, it hasn't been like a 5-0 or anything like that. Some nations do that. Some don't, and I think Curacao are going to be slow growers, I think, in this run. So our final friendly match is against Cuba. Definitely the biggest test of the 3 matches that we've had so far. Let's see if we can make it 3 wins from 3. Dal crosses that in, and it's hooked away by Cuba. But they don't clear it properly, as Curacao have it. Seems like Curacao, the normal setup, I've just tweaked it a little bit, but the normal setup seems to be they've got lots of strikers at the moment, lots of attackers. So that's what I like. I like small teams with lots of attacking players. Smeeks on the ball for Curacao. Into the box. And that's a good save. And yes, it's tapped in by Dow. That's a great goal. And that's 1-0. What made that great is that he pounced on the save. Usually they don't. The goalkeeper snatches it before they can get it or it's cleared. But that time he was right there in the perfect position. It's 1-0 to Curacao. So a through ball and it's cut out. But Curacao are all over Cuba. Not letting them have any room to breathe. He crosses that in and that's knocked on. But it's caught by our goalkeeper. Once it's booted away, it should be half time. And Curacao are in a leading position again. It's 1-0 at the half. I mean, that Barbados game, I know it will be somewhat tough because they'll just sit back and soak up a lot of pressure. But I have faith in Curacao to get to the second round. Smeeks. Good dribbling by Smeeks and it's just blocked. But it will bounce out to Curacao again. Constantia. Oh, great save. Smeeks has got it. And a great save again. And, he almost pulled off a triple save. But Smeeks has scored. He just wouldn't give up on that chance. And that is 2-0 to Curacao. Well, Cuba have just been a sitting duck here, to be honest. Like, they've taken so many shots. And Curacao are just not letting up. Cuba have a corner in the 68th minute. What can they do on this play? It's crossed in. And the header... And a diving header by Cuba. It's Gomez who has scored and that's 2-1. Cuba fired back, but will it be too little too late? I mean, they haven't done anything up until that point. I tried to clear it when the goalkeeper palmed it, but my player insisted on taking a touch first. Now Cuba are pressing again with Linares. He crosses that in and Cuba have scored again. It's Colombe. Colombe. He has scored to make it 2-2. Disconnected from Xbox Live because Xbox Live couldn't believe that 2-0 throwaway. And yeah, it's back as a draw. Well, I always knew that Cuba were a little bit better than us, but to get those 2 goals that quickly, and that will be it here from our friendly match. We have drawn 2-2 against Cuba. I mean, Cuba got the 2 goals within like 4 minutes. Like I said, it just, once they scored the first one, they were like, right, let's get straight back into the game, and they got another one immediately. Fair play to Cuba and good effort from Curacao, but I think we need to be a bit more cautious in the future, especially playing against teams like Cuba. It's kind of like woken me up to the reality that we can concede goals quite easily. So here we go then. Our qualification starts now against Barbados. Not too far for the teams to travel, of course. And Curacao will be the home team in this one. Hopefully we can get off to a good start. This match will still be tough though, because Barbados will want to try and knock us out early, and they have the capabilities to do it. They better not be offside, thank you. Into the box, and again, go on. Oh, great save, and just blocked by Barbados. It will be a corner. Oh, mistake. And here comes Dow. He scores. The mistake led to the goal. And that's 1-0. Curacao capitalised on the mistake. And Curacao have taken the lead in the 20th minute. Well, they passed it amongst each other and Dow just rushed in and tackled him. And sometimes these smaller teams will do that. They just can't control the ball that well. I even know it on this game that most of the time, if I'm playing as a smaller team, even like Curacao, if I'm trying to control it, it takes ages to actually get the movement that I actually want them to do. Ignacio on the ball. Crossed in. The header, yes, it's gone in. It's 2-0. Dow has scored again. Great header over the top of the Barbados defence. And that is 2-0. Coming into this game, I thought that Barbados would be quite difficult to break down, but we've taken an early lead, a very, very commanding early lead, and well, Barbados will have to do a lot of work to get back into this game. Oh, there's a gap here. I don't know why Barbados went for that option when I was exposed, you know, down the bottom of the screen there, completely exposed, but for some reason they went for the other option, trying to get past the middle there, but Barbados were not having any of it. There's a lot of injuries now for Curacao. At the end of the game, everybody's pulling up because of like twists and pulls and stuff like that. You know, it happens with smaller teams. But yeah, I just hope that no one's going to be out for long periods of time. So 90th minute, can Barbados get anything here at the end of the game? They're struggling to mount any kind of meaningful attack. It's been quite easy to defend against them, to be honest. So it's crossed in and it'll be caught. And once it's booted away here, it will be game over. The first game, the first leg, Curacao win by 2-0. A very simple victory, but one that pretty much cements us going through to the next round. Unless Barbados can mount a ridiculous comeback at their ground. Let's run it back for the second leg against Barbados, this time away from home. Like I said, I don't really see them coming back into this game, but let's try and pad our lead if possible. Into the middle, and oh, it's just popped out, and there we go. There's the third goal. Dow has scored again to make it 3-0 on aggregate, 1-0 on the game, and I honestly thought that the goalkeeper caught that. I thought I took too much of a touch, but it rolled underneath the goalkeeper from a mistake, and that is 1-0, but 3-0 on aggregate. Here we go. It's blocked, and we got it somehow. And how did that roll in? It's 4-0. Constancia has scored the fourth on aggregate for Curacao, and that would be it. 100%. Like, if they're letting in goals like that, then they have no chance. Look at that, just rolls in. But you know, when that happens against me, that is so frustrating. That kind of goalkeeping, whenever the AI shoot from like a really hard angle and it just rolls into the back of the net, you just don't know how frustrating it is. And here comes Barbados, and they've scored. They've got one back. It's Paris. Paris has scored, and it was just a ball into the box, and then he just tapped it in. Defensive lapse, but okay, it's 4-1 on aggregate. Barbados into the box, and it's offside. Please, can we not chuck this away? It's given away there by Barbados. Smeeks has still got it, and Smeeks fires it in. It hits the post and goes in. Smeeks has made it 5-1 on aggregate, and it's just too easy for Curacao here in the first round. We are just too good for Barbados. They gave it away, and then obviously they couldn't tackle us there, and it hits the post and goes in. Oh my goodness, we scored outside the box. Ignacio has made it 6-1 on aggregate. And yeah, just how is the goalkeeper letting in those types of shots? Look, just got past him. And then it blasts in. Even it went through the defender, it looked like. Or he moved out the way. What a dream start for Curacao. So Barbados have a corner in the 61st minute. 6-1 down on aggregate. What can they do? Can they get a goal back? Oh, they do! I got caught on one of my own defenders and Marquez just rolls it in. Look. I got caught before I was able to do the animation, the tackle animation, and he rolls it in. Fair play, Barbados, fair play. It's 4-2 on the day and 6-2 on aggregate. Barbados have a corner in the 90th minute. Can they get another goal, perhaps, to round this campaign off? And, oh, they almost did, to be fair. Goalkeeper completely missed it. Once it's booted away here, it should be pretty much game over. And Curacao have done more than enough to advance to the second round of Concacaf qualifying. It's been a good match here between the two. Even Barbados put up a decent fight, but it finished 6-2 on aggregate. Curacao were just a little bit too strong in the end. So let's see what round 2 is looking like. I hope it's kind. I really hope so, because I want to try and push this as far as possible. Okay then, so before we see our group in round 2, let's have a look at the round 1 matchup. So Trinidad and Tobago survived a little bit of a scare against Suriname to beat them 3-1. St. Lucia beat the Bahamas 5-0. And then Aruba won on away goals, I believe, against Antigua. I'll have to double check that. It was 2-2. So well done to Antigua for actually being competitive, because they are one of the worst teams in the world. Our game, of course, 6-2. And Guyana beat US Virgin Islands 5-2 on aggregate to set up groups like this. So we are in Group D alongside Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico. That's not bad. I will take that all day, every day. That's very good. We avoided a group such as Group C. Group C would have been a nightmare. Group A would have been not great. So yeah, I'm very pleased with that. And Group B as well. Group B, I'm sleeping on Group B. They have the United States in there, so that's really, really tough. So yeah, that's fantastic for Curacao. And yeah, this has been your qualifying round part 1 with Curacao. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. I literally got home and recorded it immediately as I got home from work, because so many people were commenting on the channel saying, please, can you do it? Please, please, please. So yeah, whenever this comes out, you know, a day or two after, I'm sorry it's late, you know, I just didn't have it prepared. But yeah, if you did enjoy it, then please give it a like and subscribe. Keep it loco as always, and I'll see you again for the next video.